vinyasa classes, you might hear your teacher say things like make your way to the top of the mat, either step or float to the top of your mat, jump to the top of your mat. You'll hear all different things being said. So I think it's really important that we discuss what that means, what that looks like, and really good form for that, because I do see a lot of mistakes in this, and I've been known to just completely pause class, tell everyone to kneel, and let's talk about jumping forward, because I don't want anyone to injure themselves. So let's see what it should look like, and then we'll talk about kind of how to work up to that. So to jump forward from down dog, you're in your down dog, you're lifting your heels high and looking forward on an inhale, and then on exhale you bend your knees and you lead with your hips, bringing your feet to the top of your mat, lightly landing on your toes. Inhale, halfway lift from here, exhale, fold. So it's about the float, and many a times what I see here when people jump to the top of their mat is they lift and then they just come here and they kind of crunch all the way down. They're not leading with their hips, they're really jarring their knees, their hips, their ankles. It's kind of just really dangerous for the body. So what I want you to focus on when you're beginning to jump forward is taking those hips and letting them be the guiding point. So even if you only float a little bit and then finish walking, that's fine. But I want you to land with closer towards straight legs, where you're just landing on your toes with a little bend in your knees, nice and lifted through the shoulders. So you're kind of playing around with what that feels like instead of coming and just crunching in. So you're thinking about the hips, you're looking forward, you're trying to get that little float in the shoulder, and the feet come and land close to the hands. That is what we're working towards and where we want to be with our float. So if you can't get all the way there, like I said, it's completely okay to try to lead with the hips and only get your feet part of the way and walk the rest of the way until you feel like you can get that float. If you're practicing your float and you're a little unsure, a really great thing to do is use the wall. So let me show you over here. Set yourself up close to the wall, and then you can feel like, okay, if I fall over, I have the wall to grab, right? But you're trying to get that float. That's the sensation you're trying to get. So practice that float with the wall, maybe even bring your knees up like I just did into that kind of like floating handstand, right? And then releasing your feet down, knowing you have the wall to save you. That's going to be a really great way for you to work on floating forward. And in another video, we'll talk about floating back and how to do that safely.